Shalom, shalom. Following the show, welcome behind the rock. Whew, forgive me for looking tired, but I am. I know not everybody is interested in this topic, but I'm doing a video, just a quick video, because we're gonna have a live stream this Shabbat, or what we know is Seventh Day Saturday, at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, on the topic of is forced monogamy the reason, or one of the reasons, one of the larger reasons, why we have such destructive and destroyed families and homes? I mean, when the marriage rate for, especially women of color, only about 25% will ever get married. But this topic was not actually brought to you by me. You see, I get a lot of emails, and a lot of emails. And this week, I have gotten many emails on the topic of forced monogamy and polygyny. I mean, forced monogamy is something that is taught by this society as the only way. Not only the society, but by religion as a whole. And if you want to know more about it, I have videos all up and down my time, or my video list, discussing it from a biblical perspective, what the Bible actually says about it. So if you are, I don't believe it, you can go and watch those videos and learn something. But this live stream, I'm gonna have Sister Ebony and Sister Tisha on also, because I got many emails this week on the topic. We talked about it a little bit in my last live stream, last Seventh Day. But one email in particular, sisters. First, let me say, a lot of you don't like the topic, but y'all are the reason why I talk about it. Because so many send me emails, which is what happened this week, and they're saying things like, "You're on it. Please don't stop talking about this. You're helping save some of us. You're helping save many of us. We need to hear this." This is sisters in the faith. And one email in particular, I did get the sisters' permission to share these details, was powerful. All the emails were powerful, but this one, she actually went in depth to her situation. She had been listening to this channel for 3 or 4 years and hated the idea of polygyny. She thought that monogamy was the only way marriage should ever be accepted. She felt that even though biblically she could see that monogamy was a form of biblical marriage, she hated it. Well, at the time that she started listening to the channel, she had one child, and she hated it. She hated the idea, not the child, sorry. She hated the idea of monogamy, of polygyny. So she went out and she joined a camp, one of these camps. She had been raised traditional Christian, and even though I had done the video on it, she still on polygyny. She still, actually, since I did the video on polygyny, she still hated the idea of it. So she went to a camp and, searching for her own. I gotta have my own. I ain't sharing. The typical word I ain't sharing. Well, she went out and got tied up with another dude from a camp, and they had sex, and she got pregnant. When she got pregnant, he left the camp. He just disappeared. She couldn't find him anymore. Now she has seen him recently, and she saw him recently, surprisingly, on YouTube, worshiping with another fellowship. But he abandoned her, just left her. When she told him she was pregnant, he disappeared from the camp and was gone. And she said that she's not interested in communicating with him. He left. And, if he wants to go and pretend and play the game somewhere else, then he can. But she's not going to put salt in his game. But she has two children now. And she's still single. And she said, her words, in her email to me was, she wished she had learned about polygyny earlier, prior to that first child. Because she was already indoctrinated in the idea from traditional Westernized Christianity that if you had ever consider something like that, something's wrong with you. There's something wrong with your head. There's, that's adultery. And people don't know what adultery is. I have a video on what adultery is, according to the Bible. Adultery is always defined on the status of the woman, not the status of the man. But she had never considered, or she had always been taught that it was wrong. That if you see a man and he's married, he's off limits. You leave him alone. But she said that she feels that had she learned about polygyny earlier, she would have never felt that because she saw a man and he was a good man and he was taking care of his family, was taking care of his business. He was off limits, especially if that man, was interested in another rib. But the general society as a whole teaches men and teaches women. It teaches women if you ever were to consider something like being a rib, joining a man's house where he already has a wife, that something's wrong with you. But I want in this live stream we're going to talk about, when we look at society as a whole, can we actually say that monogamy forced, and there's nothing wrong with monogamy, there's nothing wrong with polygyny, they're both forms of biblical marriage, but can we say that forced monogamy is working? Can we say that? Can we say that teaching people from birth that there's only one way to do it, can we say that that's working? Can we say the results? Because, look at the results. I'm always look at the fruit. I'm a big proponent of looking at the fruit. Look at the results of what is being taught. So we're gonna dive into this. We're gonna dive into this topic, this live stream, and discuss it. Now, I know that I get the emails. Now, not a lot of sisters want to come out and communicate openly with it because they know they're still being watched by their other church members. They tell somebody about the channel and the church, I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't. So they can't, they don't have the freedom of going off and asking questions or even coming on live because they know they're still being watched. They've told me these things. Yeah, they're still checking, or this person over here is still checking, or this group over here is still checking to see if I'm listening. But the answers are the answers. And the Bible says what the Bible says. Again, this is not a debate. I'm not debating on whether is it lawful. I'm not debating it. The Bible already says what it said. I already said what it said. I have plenty of videos you can go back to and watch pertaining to that. But this stream is going to be talking about and specifically discussing, is forced monogamy destroying households? Is it destroying families? Being that we teach our children from an early age, we put them in front of television, we teach them all this stuff that it has to be this way, and if it's not this way, then it's not Yah's way. I know this video may strike some people weird, but I would say before, go back, do some research, listen to the other videos I have on the channel before you emote on what you feel. How you feel has nothing to do with what the Bible said. And I think those two are where we have the crossroads, where feelings have overtaken what the word says, the book plus nothing. Feelings have overtaken whether we should prepare for the times that are coming. Feelings have taken over everything. So we're going to have this discussion. And, brothers, I know y'all going to be there. Sisters, I hope y'all are going to be there. Sister Tia and Sister Ebony are going to be there. We're going to be discussing this time, and then they'll be in and out of the stream. But, we're going to be discussing this topic because I think this is an important topic, especially as times are getting worse in this world. More and more things that people kept trying to refute and deny are suddenly those things that people are like, especially sisters, those are things like, maybe that's my answer. But as she said, she feels that she may have blown her opportunity. The sister was saying she feels that she may have blown her opportunity because she denied it when got pregnant again. Now she's got 2 children from 2 different dudes. So we're going to discuss this thing. And I hope to see you there. Saturday, 7th day, 5 o'clock, it'll be between 5 and 5:10 Central Standard Time. And I hope it's a blessing. All right. I have another video I'll be doing soon. Bless y'all. Shalom.